On this episode of Project Race Car, we head to Wakefield, I press a button, and Dan ties his shoes. So, we've made it to Wakefield Park. A few things that we've done to the car since we were last here. So, we've done the airbox, got new extractors and exhaust system on. We've replaced the radiator and then replaced it with the original one. We've got the guys from MWM Racing here, so James and Trevor are here to make sure that the radios they installed the other day are all schmick and good to go. What else? Brake booster delete, the big one. So the big one is the brake booster delete. So it's going to be a very different car to drive than it was last time we were here. So last time, Dan was able to get a 1 minute 14.9 and I was able to get a 1 minute 15.4. So within half a second of each other. It'll be really interesting to see how the car is with those changes now. Still haven't done much of a setup. We've got some fresher tyres on than we had last time as well. So there's a few things working to our advantage. Plus the fact that we've spent a bit more time behind the wheel as well.
But today is not a race.
It's not a race, but ideally we'd like to get into the 1 minute 13s, I think.
What are you about to go do?
I'm about to do a 1 minute 13 flat.
He needs to bed the brakes in, so that's step one.
I won't be going that fast.
Before we get into the day.
That's
so
another thing, new brake pads.
Let's get into the day and warm the car up, get ready, and then we'll start doing some practice ready for the 300.
Awesome.
Radio system installed.
Like every time I turned, it felt like I was going to lose the back end. But I mean, nothing's been changed in the rear.
Do you have the pressure gauge?
Yeah, that would feel weird.
What is it?
You have 35 on this side and 22 on the other.
That'll probably do it. That's also surging badly. Like, as soon as I put in neutral or idles, it's just... Well, no, it's just over revving as soon as you put it, like the clutch in or the or put it on.
Have you done anything with the intake other than the airbox?
It completely came off to put the brake
Everything
booster.
came off. Unless there's something that's meant to be blanked off
That's what I'm
we
thinking.
didn't blank off.
It sounds like either you got a throttle opening or it's letting air in from somewhere.
Because it wasn't doing this when it was idling just before, so it's almost like something's come off while I was out there.
It is, isn't it?
Did the steering feel good?
Yeah, felt fine until I spun it.
That's better.
Give it a pump.
Making sure that there's nothing sticky.
It's weird that it's fine now, hey?
It sounds like something was just blinding.
Alright.
Go again. But don't forget they've changed all the tyre pressures now.
Yeah, so you might go out and go, what are you talking about? It's awesome.
That's what I mean.
So that's good. I don't want to be the only one to spin it if it's fun.
So you plug in the guy who's had the most spins in this car at this track.
So, one lap out, had a spin on the out lap. There was something off with the car. We forgot pressures. We forgot to check the tyre pressures. Also, there was a bit of an issue where the throttle was stuck, something, I don't know. But we seem to have fixed that now. So, the brakes feel very, very different to last time. I don't think I had a chance to probably bet them in. So, I'm going to send Dan out now to do a lap or two and see how he thinks the car's feeling. And then we'll reassess after a couple of laps.
I've got absolutely no idea what he was talking about. Car's the best I've ever felt in.
Yeah. Sure.
No, it was good. It felt and sounded like I locked up into two. The first lap I was like, okay, they've come up hard now.
Was the timing working there?
Yeah, it was saying 116s, 117s. No, I went off on the back straight because I clipped the curb.
Yeah.
And it just unsettled the car, and rather than just trying to hoik it on, I saw the drop away and I was like, I'm just going to go. Don't talk to me in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, I
You kept talking to me in the middle of the corner, I'm like,
so
You'll get used to it.
So what, back straight, front straight only?
they are the best. I mean, I'm just saying to you, like, it was off-putting to hear you in my ear while I'm like trying to turn it in, that's all.
I'm not all that fussed on whether we do full 1.5 hour stints today. I'm pretty confident in my ability to do a 1.5 hour stint.
Just the opening lap, you gotta be.
Yeah. You're never going to let me live that one down.
You would have let me leave my spin at the first track day down. So.
I put it in the opening trip.
I know,
intro.
exactly. At least there's no footage of this one.
So I went out, managed to get a few good clean laps down. Managed to bring my previous fastest lap down from a 15.4 to a 14.2, so well over a second, so I'm pretty stoked with that. There's definitely more time in the car, but it's feeling really nice, feeling really good. Chalk and cheese to how it felt last time. Feels like it's got more power down the straight as well, so everything we've done to it so far, big thumbs up. So I did push it too hard on one lap and had a bit of a moment, bit of a spin. And
I've done that one.
I think I've hit the ripple strip a bit too hard at the top of the hill there, and it's disconnected the exhaust. So the exhaust is dragging along a bit. So we've got to fix that before Dan can have a crack, I think.
Do we have any bolts?
Is it a bolt? Has the weld broken?
No, it's a bolt. We could crawl under and look, it's just a bolt. We actually just need a nut.
Alright mate, the car in front of you should be a bit faster, so I think we've got a pretty clear track. Give it a push, see what we can do. Did a 14 flat. Let's see if you can get to the 13. That's it, mate. You got into the 13s. That's a 13.5. Four laps. Let's bring her in after a cool down lap. So, a few hiccups today, but all in all, a pretty successful track day. We hit our goal. We wanted to bring our lap times down to the 1 minute 13s here at Wakefield Park. So Dan managed to do 1:13.5.
Which was flat.
1:13.5. And I was just outside that mark. I was at 1:14.1, which was actually similar to the gap that we had the first time we came here when we were a little bit slower. So that's good. That's good. It's good consistency. We're pretty happy with it. A few little things to iron out with the car, but nothing major. So that's a massive positive. And the car was just like 100 times better. So a huge thanks to James and Trevor Keane from MWM Racing. They came out to install the radios in the car, which they did a fantastic job. We didn't have a single comms issue all day. It was brilliant. Great to be able to talk to one another in the car. But they also went above and beyond and helped us with iron out a few little kinks in the car. So these guys are guns at what they do. James and Trevor Keane from MWM Racing. Look them up on their website or on Facebook. We also need to thank the regular John Hovey from Hovey Motorsport, who spent a lot of hours, probably unseen by the camera, but a lot of hours in the workshop working on the car. So thanks, Jono. And 3 weeks until the 300. How are you feeling?
Well, pretty ready. You know, we'll get some laps now at Sydney on the practice day to the 300. We'll make a few ergonomic changes to the car in the next couple of weeks before then. We'll get the car back up on the hoist and check a few things out, and hopefully then the car all goes well and we have a faultless night.
Got to put a fuel tank in, but that's really the only major thing we need to do between now and then.
So let's hook into it.
Absolutely.
Time to get home.